Yo guys, I'm Unfortunate2 here with a theory for you guys. A theory? I know, I think it's the first one on the channel, but hey, I'm not alone. Today we are joined by my good friend Jared, or TheGamersJoint. This is our second theory we came up with while trying to do our first theory, which is over on his channel right now, so just click on the screen to jump straight there, or check the description to see if you haven't already. We're going to reference the first theory in order to make things make more sense, so again, if you haven't seen it, go do so. But without further ado, let's get started. Luxu, the man who never became a foreteller. Instead, it is his mission to watch over the events that are to transpire. This theory is more to expose what his mission is and what role he truly plays. From the scene where he confronts Ava, he begins to tell her his plan. It's his mission from the Master of Masters to move forward to the future written about in the tomes. He is to watch the world he is currently in with the foretellers to end. Then he will set off. Now, if you remember from our first theory, we mentioned the Eye of Darkness and how we think they are connected to the Master of Masters' all-seeing eye. But this time, what if the all-seeing eye that is being referred to is Luxu, the man who was set aside from the other foretellers and not given a tome of prophecy, but instead missioned with the task of just watching and seeing the Master's intentions unfold.
Now let's talk about the scene we see in the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 final trailer. We see a man wearing a black coat wielding Xehanort's Keyblade, and in the distance, we can see Kingdom Hearts in the sky peering over a massive rock spire. At first, you'd think that this man is probably Xehanort, right? We've seen Xehanort wearing a black coat in the past, and of course this guy is wielding Xehanort's Keyblade. However, it could be very possible that this guy actually isn't Xehanort, rather it could be Luxu. For one, Luxu wears a black coat, and he too also wields the same Keyblade as Xehanort. If we return back to what Limit was saying about how Luxu's mission is to watch, then this scene right here actually makes sense. He mentions that his mission is to go forward to the events that are written in the Tome of Prophecies and observe. So what event could this right here be? I believe that it's the final event of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. At the end of Birth by Sleep, Ventus, Terra, and Aqua make their way to the Keyblade Graveyard to confront Xehanort and Vanitas, and eventually Kingdom Hearts appears. Now, of course, if Luxu is observing during this event, it would mean that there would have to be two versions of Xehanort's Keyblade, but perhaps the one Xehanort uses is a replica of some sorts. Now, we could be wrong on this, and perhaps the Kingdom Hearts Luxu is watching is from the end of the first Keyblade War. But with Luxu's words he spoke to Ava, this theory definitely makes sense. The question is, why would he be observing and watching these future events? Is he there to make sure that things go according to plan? Maybe to make sure that Xehanort succeeds? Or maybe he could be a guardian of sorts?
Now that we think the man standing there is Luxu at what seems to be the ending events of Birth by Sleep, there are many possibilities of how he got there in the first place. Some are probably thinking he probably pulled a Xehanort and went from vessel to vessel among random people. Others may believe he used some type of time travel. From what we can tell and a certain clue we got from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, it seems it may be possible to insert your heart into a Keyblade and move through time like that. If you guys remember what was said in our first theory video, Keyblades do not disappear even if the wielder perishes. Now, judging from the Dream Drop Distance scene with Xehanort doing the weird hand motion and shooting out a piece of his own heart from his Keyblade, who is to say that putting your heart into a Keyblade for periods of time isn't possible? We are aware of the speculation going on regarding Xehanort's possibility of being influenced by the very Keyblade he wields and all that jazz, and if Luxu's heart happened to be in that Keyblade, well, that would explain a few things, wouldn't it? The point we are trying to make here is Luxu has many possibilities and just a plethora of ways to actually watch the events of the future, of course, if what we said before happens to be true. If the man standing there is actually Luxu, standing there with Xehanort's Keyblade, or his own Keyblade in this case, then basically just solidifies the idea. Oh, and I know what you want to say. If the man standing there really is Luxu, then how in the world are there two of the same Keyblades in the same existence? Well, if you look back at Kingdom Hearts 3 Fighting over 2 days, as you see Roxas walk into his final battle with Riku, he summons two Kingdom Keys and then transforms them into the Oathkeeper and then the Oblivion. Now you may say this was an inconsistency with the story, and it very well may be, but as Days came out literally about 4 or 5 years after Kingdom Hearts 2, and in Kingdom Hearts 2 when he went to summon his 2 Keyblades, they were already the Oathkeeper and the Oblivion, no transforming involved. So why even put that scene with the 2 Keyblades in if it weren't on purpose? There's also the possibility that there could be 2 versions of Luxu's Keyblade, like how there is the Kingdom Key and the Kingdom Key D, but we don't have enough information to really enforce that idea, other than Luxu's Keyblade seems to have a lighter eye than Xehanort's Keyblade does. It's also overall lighter than Xehanort's Keyblade, but at the same time that just may be the art style of Kingdom Hearts Key compared to the models of Birth by Sleep. The only 100% detail we have noticed so far is that the eyes of Xehanort's Keyblade are way darker than Luxu's. Xehanort's is dark while Luxu's is lighter.
Now because we're on the topic of Luxu, let's talk about the box scene that everyone has been talking about. We see a very quick clip of what appears to be Luxu dragging a box through a desert, most likely the Keyblade graveyard, and on top of the box reads X or Key Super. Now, the man in the scene might not actually be Luxu, it could indeed be the Master of Masters, but what's important is what's inside the box itself. What exactly is X Super? If Luxu is to go to future events and watch them, then what's the purpose behind all of that? Like I was mentioning before, he could be doing something to make sure things go according to plan, and that Xehanort succeeds. That is, of course, if he is on Xehanort's side. However though, what if both the Master of Masters and Luxu's mission is actually for a good cause? The Master of Masters can foresee future events, so perhaps maybe they're preparing for the final fight between the 13 Seekers of Darkness and 7 Guardians of Light to transpire. And what if X Super is some sort of weapon or tool to prevent what Xehanort has in mind? But of course then again it could be a tool to assist Xehanort's plans. The really tricky part about all of this is that we have no idea whether the Master of Masters and Luxu are doing things for the greater good or a bad cause. Currently, as of right now, their intentions are pretty unknown. However though, whatever the intention might be, I'm confident that this box has something to do with the final meeting in Kingdom Hearts 3. It might have something to do with either Kingdom Hearts or the Keyblade itself. As we see the 13 spikes around X Super, it could be containing the 13 shattered pieces of darkness from the Keyblade.
Well guys, that's pretty much it for this video. In all honesty, all of our points could just be wishful thinking, but with the evidence as well as other countless facts that just fit together, we came up with a few scenarios that could possibly fit Luxu's role in the grand scheme of things. We would love to know what you guys think, and again, this is basically the second part of our theory to our first part, which is over on Jared's channel, so if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. Jared and I would like to thank all of you for watching both videos, and we hope you guys really enjoyed them. It's been Limit472 and TheGamersJoint, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.